Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and welcome back. It is once again time for another Executions Graded video. This is a series where I take a look at all of the For Honor Heroes executions and give them a grade to decide just how good they really are. Now, you guys should know by now that I've already finished the Executions Graded videos for all the heroes out there, so now we're just going through the Hero Fest executions to add them all up and keep making these as accurate as possible. And today we're going to be looking at Valkyrie, Berserker, and Raider. I'm very excited to take a look at these Vikings. They're actually three really awesome Vikings who've done pretty well in the past. As of right now, Valkyrie stands with a score of 80, Berserker stands with a score of 76, and Raider with a score of 71. So let's see if they can do better or worse with these executions. I'm really excited, guys. Oh, and if you're new to the series, go ahead and take a look in the upper top right-hand corner right now, and you'll be sent a link to a rubric which will explain to you guys how I do this series and how I grade all the executions. But if you're a veteran and already know what's going on, don't got anything to explain, do I? All right, let's get into it. We're taking a look now at Valhalla Sendoff. Valhalla Sendoff. Ooh. Okay, actually, I do really like this execution. I mentioned this in my Discord before, but I actually do like this. I think it's very nice. It's honorable. If I'm being honest, we had this series of executions that came out years ago where each of the factions did their own honorable executions. I feel like this could have been the Viking honorable execution right here. So Valhalla Sendoff, let's go ahead and get down to the grading. I know that's what y'all want to see. So starting off with lethality, this is a 4 for lethality. Partially because the body just straight up disintegrates. He's gone. He's dead. He's gone to Valhalla. He's history. But even leaving that out, the spear went right into the heart. That is insta-kill. This man is dead, no question. So, lethality 4, no question. Realism. This was hard. On the one hand, look, you see the aura floating around it, like the beautiful rainbow aura. You see his body starting to disintegrate and fade away to Valhalla. It's not realistic. This clearly isn't real. And yet the technique was real. The stabbing into the chest, the slow ease down, placing the dagger on his chest, all that was fine. So how do I do it? I decided to give it a 1 for realism. I gave it a 1 for realism because the majority of this execution is not realistic, but you know, at least the technique itself was realistic. Just everything else about it was not. So I gave it a 1 for realism. Sorry about that. And then for efficiency, I gotta give it a 1 again. Leaving aside the supernatural element here, the time it takes her to ease him to the ground, take a dagger, put it on his chest, move her hand over, and then give him that honorable send-off, as cool as it is, it's not efficient. We always have to take a look at these executions and assume they're taking place on a busy, active battlefield. Now, I know a lot of people like to tell me, Raven, what if this is a duel? What if this is a one-on-one fight? I know that that is a possibility, but I have to look at all these executions as if they were on a battlefield because there is no execution in the game that is exclusive for the duel maps. There is no execution in game that is only used in duels. So we have to assume that these executions are used in actual battlefield situations, and because of that, I have to consider the efficiency of this, and there is an efficiency issue, so I gave it a 1. Now, cool factor, I give this a 4. I think it is freaking awesome. I think it is a really cool execution. It's slow, but I love the respect there. What a whole identity behind Valkyrie is that she's supposed to aid warriors as they go to Valhalla, and I think there's nothing cooler than, you know, showing that respect to your enemy, showing that honor to your enemy, saying, hey, we may be on opposite sides here, but you fought like a warrior, and I'm going to send you off with a warrior's death. Like, just that ease down, then giving him the dagger and saying, hey, be gone, my friend. We'll see you on the other side. You know, I don't know. Something about that is really cool, and that fits Valkyrie very well. So that gives this execution a 10 out of 16, which is a 63% for this grading. And unfortunately, guys, that does bring her score down from 80 to a 79%. I hate it because I do love this execution. I think it's so good. But I do have to be consistent with my scoring, and as a result, yeah, this score does bring it down just a little. Not a lot, 79 is still decent, but I just... it's what it is, guys. It's what it is. But I do love this execution. Definitely get it if you haven't. Next up is Absolute Frenzy. Oh. Alright, well, okay. Let's start with this. Lethality. Is this lethal? Yes. The head came off. Take a look. Get the punch. then strike, strike, strike. And on the third strike, the head came off, so that is definitely lethal. That is a 4 for lethality. For realism, is this realistic? Well, actually, yes. You guys know me. If you followed my Executions Graded series for any amount of time, you know that I always look at beheadings and say, how realistic was that? Well, look at this. We have strike 1, 2, 3 on the neck. That's 3 axe strikes to the neck, and I'm willing to believe that 3 axe strikes to the neck, you might just take that head off. So I'll give this a 4 for realism. I do think that you could do all this. Nothing about this is unrealistic to me. The shout, well, the audio is weird, but I blame that more on the game than I do on anything else. But everything else I think is fine. Yeah, so that's a 4 for realism. Efficiency, though, is a 1. And it's actually not for the reason you think. Watch what she does at the very beginning, at the very first second. Watch what she does after the, watch. There it is. She did it. Did you notice that? She put her axes away. From the start, why did she put her axes away? Now, I know the reason. It's so that when Warden punches her, she can scream at him, but why put the axes away? What's the point of that? I never give good points when you discard your weapon in the middle of the battlefield. I never give good points for that. I think that's dumb. And the fact that she started by putting it away, then screamed just to pull them out again, that's dumb. But let's leave that aside for a second. Even when she got that hit to the face, she didn't even pull out the axe right away. She just punched him back. Why? Just pull out the axe and gut him, dude. That did not work. That is very poor efficiency. And then for cool factor, I will be real. At first, I liked the execution. I thought it was funny. But after spending some time with it, I'm not that big a fan. The scream feels weird. Like, it doesn't feel proper. Like, this feels almost like the Gladiator execution where they get punched in the face. I think it's called How Dare You. But this feels a little bit worse because it doesn't feel like Berserker should be screaming like that. Like, I feel like what would happen is he'd just take that hit to the face and then turn around and hit them back. The roar, honestly, kind of ruins it here. It takes away some of the flow that I would expect. Like, imagine this. Remove the roar. Remove the roar altogether. Puts away the axes, gets hit. Furious now. Punches them in the face, and then pulls out the axe. I think that would have been neat. I think the roar was just unnecessary. Or if you had to make them roar, don't just have them roar in their face. Like, have them like lose their temper, like they're roaring as they're beating the hell out of them. Like, something along those lines. It just feels, in a word, methodical. And if it's an absolute frenzy, it shouldn't be methodical. But that's just me. So that gets a 1 for cool factor, which gives this execution a grade of 10 out of 16, which is another 63%. All right, and taking that 63%, it is actually down from 76% to a 75%. Yeah, that's right. We are down from 76 to 75 with Berserker. Again, not a terrible score, but we are seeing some downhill slopes here. I hope that the next one can pick it up, but honestly, this is one execution you can skip. And finally, is that it? No, really, that's the name of the execution. Is that it? All right, I was making a joke. I'm sorry. I'll watch it now. Okay. Nice. Very good. All right, so let's talk about this one. Lethality. How lethal is this? Well, let's take a look at where the axe lands. Knocks him back, knocks down. Ooh, right through the spine and into the shoulder. Yes, this would kill. This would definitely kill. The trauma of this strike and right in the right place too. Actually, it looked like it might have hit the head. It might have hit the head or neck in some variety. Let's get another look at that from maybe from the other angle. Yes, it looks like it was coming down on the top of the neck and then buried itself in the back. This would kill. This is a 4 for lethality. Very lethal. I like it. I definitely like it. For realism, this is actually a 4. I believe this. What I actually like about this is the fact that when the body slammed down, it didn't just pop there. It followed a trajectory. It like looked like it lost its balance and went down. I hate when you have executions where the body just seems to warp to a new location or just like pop down without reason. I thought that this worked very well. So realistically, this is a 4. For efficiency, now you might think, okay, Raven, obviously you've got to give this a poor efficiency rating because she had to do that guard break and everything. All right, here's what happened. Warden initially attacks with a punch. Dazed for a moment, he tries to go in for a grab at the throat. Raider has to now break his arms off, like, well, not off of his body, but break his arms off of her neck to then finish the move. So she raises her axe shaft to knock the arms away and then finishes the move. Every move she made, with the exception of the laugh, was done with purpose. So I think that this was an efficiency of 4. Now you might say, well, she laughed. Yes, she did laugh, but it was not like a long, no, it was just a, and then she finished the job. So I would say that is a 4 for efficiency. For cool factor, though, I'll have to give it a 3. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a good execution. I think it's very cool, but at the same time, after the laugh, I was kind of expecting maybe something a little bit more brutal, like maybe after breaking the arms, shove the pommel into the gut to make him bend over a little bit before axe slamming or something like that. Or maybe, you know, when she breaks the arms off, she grabs him by the throat and throws him backward or something. Like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more than just a single axe slam. For what we get, though, it is good. I do like it, but just maybe I was expecting something a little bit more, and that may be my fault. But at the end of the day, that gives this execution a 15 out of 16, which is a 94%. That is an excellent score. And if we take that 94% and factor it into Raider's existing score of 71, that brings it up to a 72%. Very nice. That is so much better than before. So yes, I am very pleased with this execution. This turned out very, very well. Well done, Raider. This is a great move up for you, and it is a start in the right direction to get you back up into a better spot. 72 is so much better than 71. So if you guys haven't gotten this execution, definitely get it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes this executions graded video. So, what did you guys think? What was your favorite execution of the 3 we looked at? Do you think that the grades were good? How would you have graded them? Would you have graded them any differently? Let me know, respectfully, down in the comments down below. I look forward to what Hero Fest executions we get coming up next. And that's about everything for you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.